Welcome to the Freud's Angels weekly reading, bringing the collective guidance and understanding for this week's energy.
Remember, never give your power up to a reader or a reading. You always have the power of autonomy. Hey, angels, welcome to your weekly reading. We are reading from January 25th to the 31st. We're at the end of freaking January already. Well, first of all, thank God it's not like last year that January felt like it lasted for 6 months. But at the same time, it's like, what is going on?
Oh, yeah. I feel very rapidly like, whoa, okay, so January happened.
Yeah. So just a noteworthy astrology for us mutable signs, Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Geminis. Tomorrow, I'm so excited about this. Neptune leaves Pisces and moves into Aries. And I don't know what that will do specifically for the cardinal signs, the fixed signs, which is like Aries, Libra. What are the other ones? Sorry, my brain isn't braining right now.
Yeah,
but anyways, it doesn't matter to me because that's not me. My
I
moon is
almost forgot. I was like, oh, I'm one of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the Neptune is about disillusion. It can be about betrayal. And so since 2011, we have been in this fog of unsurety, lack of clarity, don't know, like doesn't mean we haven't had clarity in those moments, but it's been hard won. And it could feel like, oh my God, like maybe you're trying to do or be or bring something into your life and you're not sure how to do it or why hasn't it worked. I mean, I got serious. I mean, I was on my spiritual path well before that, but in 2011 I got serious on it. Like it was the thing and it was going to be the thing and that was it. And that hasn't all happened. And we just had this conversation about, I don't know if I want to do this. Like, I don't know that this is the path, the thought and the way that I saw it happening. I don't know that that's the path of being what I want to be and who I want to be in the world. And so
wait till you hear what the mermaids have to say about that.
Yes. Well, yeah. So tomorrow, my mutable friends, please rejoice and celebrate, because this is why, and this is the astrology why everybody says us mutable signs, Gemini, Sagittarius, Pisces, Virgo, that we will have the glow up this year, is because the Neptune shifting out of the mutables and into the cardinal fixed signs, it gives us this breath of fresh air where we have gathered so much information in the last, how long, 15 years, that we have so much clarity around so many things that will come to this moment when Neptune shifts out of our signs and into this space of like, you know what? I've learned I don't like this. I don't want to do this. This didn't feel good. And I don't want to do it this way. So I'm going to do it my way. And this is the way I'm going to do it. And this is what I'm going to do. And this is how I'm going to do it. Yes, there's still lessons to be learned. Yes, there's still things to figure out, but it'll be far easier. And one of the things that gave me pause was the conversation that a lot of astrologers are having around betrayal. I can't tell you how many friendships and how many people in my life that the betrayal was exposed. And I don't mean like it was massive, but it was like them saying something about me to another person and finding out they did that and then being like, well, yeah. And not caring that they said something that was not true. And like, so there has been moments of deep betrayal that have been exposed. And so I'm like, oh, so that's why all that happened, huh? And I mean, core people in my life that have that like my first Reiki teacher, like people that truly are the last people that I would expect that would betray me. Like it has exposed a lot. And so it makes sense, right? It makes sense. And so I wish all of you mutables so much love and so much heat and glow up behind what you're moving into. Like, I'm just so much sun and trajectory into whatever it is you're doing, to light it up and to make you feel confident in the way that you want to do it, because it's our time. It's our moment. We're coming out of it. So I want to celebrate that.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, so
I
what
see.
are the mermaids telling us, Vanessa?
Well, the awareness card came out.
Fuck. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, well, and sometimes when the awareness card comes out, I want to put it back in there because I'm like, I would love to be blind right now.
I
Please
don't want to
just
be
let
so
me
weird.
be in my denial and leave me alone. Um,
It's
however, this time when it came out, I immediately just saw the posture on this beautiful mermaid. She is voluptuous and beautiful. She's got one arm behind her head. She's got this smile on her. And to me, it's like this little, huh, I just learned something amazing about myself kind of moment. And there's this confidence about it. There is this ownership of the awareness that I think sometimes is difficult to achieve. I mean, I definitely know that sometimes it's difficult to achieve because awareness can, feel like your eyes being pried open and it hurts and I don't want to see it. But underneath it is usually something that if you grab a hold of it is going to give you the thing, whatever the thing is. And in the therapy space, we do talk so much about on the outside what it is that we think we want. I talked about it probably 4 times this week of people who were coming into awareness that there was a lot of programming that was driving behaviors and thoughts and feelings, and that when those things got exposed or taken away or just stopped feeling the way they felt before, there was just this awareness of, I don't even think that's what I really wanted. Right? Because we start to get down into, well, what makes you feel the thing you thought that was supposed to make you feel, right?
yeah.
What was what was the goal of doing that or feeling that or being around there? And what do you think also could hit that? What do you think also could make you feel that way? And there were a lot of surprises from some people, a lot of people being able to say, I had never had that before. So what I did was created the idea in my head of what I wanted based on what I didn't ever have before. And there's not a problem with that. That's what we do all the time. I do it with people all the time too, but the lack of awareness while you're doing the thing is where you don't abandon the path because you're not feeling what you're supposed to feel. You just keep doing it because you already made the decision and you just keep doing it. That's not like awareness doesn't show up and then you don't do it again for a while. That's how we end up in trouble. Awareness is a regular basis thing. It helps us be intentional. And that's what when I saw her, I was like, oh yeah, this girl is like moment to moment being like, uh-huh, right now, this too, uh-huh. Like just going through saying, I know what's going on, whether it's good or bad. I know what's going on. And that awareness alone, that honesty, right? That real honesty about this moment or that honesty about this thing gives me power that I wouldn't have if I just chose to either ignore this or, just kind of uh, put my blinders on. So that's where I think why the awareness card came out today, and it fits with the things that we've been talking about. We talked in the pregame a lot about me when I was making candles yesterday, starting to go back into I should make candles and sell them, and I did it before, and I didn't love it. And so I had to remind myself, well, listen, if this is something that you decide that you want to share with the world, it has to be something you share with the world on your terms. It cannot turn into the craziness that it was before. And you have to sit with that before you even do anything, because that lack of awareness is what got you in the space you were in before, because you were using your brain, you were saying this would be a good opportunity, but you weren't really thinking about yourself and thinking about your capacity and thinking about all that. Like, y'all know, I'm too busy for another business. Like I still haven't even quite finished getting the second one going. We're not doing it again. That awareness isn't about I'm doing the wrong thing. It's awareness of how aligned does this feel? What is my goal there? And something that simple of what was my goal, even when I started my business, what was my goal? What
Yeah.
was my goal at the time right before that? And how did I get into that space? So awareness is, it's a buzzword, I think, a lot of times, where people think that awareness is just a narration, but it's not a narration. It's so much deeper than that if you allow it to be. It guides you sometimes in waters that you don't understand, and that's what I think everybody's afraid of, right? If I sit in awareness and say, I'm not happy here,
Yeah.
then I'm going to have to do something about it. And I don't like that idea. And I hear that from people a lot.
Yeah.
And I hear them fighting me on it. And I'm like, I'm okay. You don't have to do it, but I'll sit over there and say, I know that you're not happy. What can we do? What will bring you closer to that? So, yes, the awareness card is here asking us to be honest, but to own it and understand that awareness is never here to kill us. It's never here to harm us. It's here
Yeah.
actually to lead us to ourselves.
Yeah. And, and you said, awareness being a buzzword, like I'm self-aware, like that was such a defense mechanism in therapy, right? And where it's
Mhm.
like, hey, you're self-aware, but what do you do with it? Like
Yeah.
you're
Uh-huh.
self-aware of it, but you're using it to beat yourself up. Like, why? How is that good?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, how come you're not
It's
self-aware in like the good ways? Like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
don't know.
I
Probably not trained how to do that. Can you help me?
yeah, yeah. And I think, with everything that's I've been in this space and I spent a lot of time talking about it today with Vanessa, because we're late recording this, and so it's
Mhm.
because I've had a lot of thoughts and considerations. But um, I think too is the awareness is like being real, because your brain will want to take you down the path that it's known, that it's well known and it's well understood, and then that's what you do and that's how you do it. And it's like that's what you do to survive, rather than being like, well, I don't want to do that anymore, right? Right. That doesn't feel good to me. It never felt good to me, but I let it do it because I was alive, right? Because of it. And it's just like, oh man. It's like I don't want to feel the pressure of having to do social media. I don't want to feel the pressure of having to do all the things. And
Mhm.
it's kind of being aware of that and being like, okay, well then how can that be different? But it's hard because, right? Because being aware that you hate it, but then knowing like how to not do it but be successful at the same time is there's a whole other conversations that are happening
Yeah,
internally.
well, because it taps into your trust,
Yeah.
like we were talking about. Is I was kind of like, well, this is how I need it to be. I don't know if you have to just kind of trust that if it came to me as the way it's going to be, then it's the way. And
Yeah.
that's scary. I hate to
Oh
just
girl.
go, I ain't never seen that before. How could that work?
Yeah.
Well, everything that we've ever seen was never seen before when it was created also. So just remember that. I remember that being one thing that I held on to, of being like, everything was an invention. Everything was an invention. Like DBT was an invention of a woman who was in a mental institution, taking the things that helped her and put it together and called it DBT. That's literally a school of thought that we now do and follow through on. And it was somebody who was actively healing from mental illness who created it. Why do you think you can't create things? What is that? Right? There's a lot of training and all that kind of stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
awareness also means being aware that there's shit we don't know that it has to happen, that might create, that nobody's ever seen before.
Yeah. And
Takes a
and
lot of trust.
and it brings up the post I did, the reel I shared yesterday about how, we talk about expansion and we talk about creating things and being free, and how sometimes like like your nervous system will begin to just be like, really? Sure. And it's that process of expanding that ability and creating safety in the expansion, in the unknown of, yeah, no, I don't know how to do this successfully without being what everybody else is telling me to do. But at the same time, I don't want to do it like that. I don't want to do it like that. And so, like, I don't know what has to happen, but we're going to try things until something works for us. And that's how it has to be. Like,
Yeah.
I can't, my energy cycles are not full on. I cannot sustain a business by posting every day. I cannot sustain a business by doing all the things that you're supposed to do to get social media attention. I will not.
Mhm.
It feels so inconsistent and wrong to me to
Mhm.
do that. And it's not to say that people that doing it aren't successful and that they're, I'm not saying they're wrong, but for me it's wrong.
Yeah,
Not that
absolutely.
what they're doing is wrong. It's
Right.
just for me, I can't do it. I see my friend Kelly work so hard and just be so like exhausted all the time. I'm like, and she doesn't have a job on top of it. And I'm like, how are you going to expect yourself? You're just going to trade one burnout for another? Is that what we're going to do?
Mhm.
It's
Yeah. I
so
mean,
yeah.
I learned it because I don't do anything and my business still runs. And I'm like, well, turns out all the things I thought I needed to do were not any of that. Interesting. A lot of it is just energy. Fuck, that's amazing. But also, wish I knew that before I was banging my head against every single wall for years. That'd have been cool.
Okay. We just have to wait till we're evolved enough to hear it and to accept it.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
So what are we pairing our awareness with?
So we're surrendering the drama. And
Are we?
are we though? It
I mean,
says no matter
yeah.
how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help you resolve the issue more quickly. And yeah, okay, I see that that's the card itself, but part of me feels is like this not last week but the week before, like my parts were in crisis, like they were like everybody was not okay. And if you think about just a million children in meltdown like all at once and trying to talk to all of them and reassure them everything's going to be okay, and that's how it felt for like an entire week, is just like massive amounts of little children running around screaming because they're freaking out. But I think the part of it too is that the drama isn't just necessarily the drama like people think, like they see online.
Mhm.
The drama is also about, I think, just letting go. That moment you talk about awareness, that moment that when you're freaking out inside because you're not able to do it, but you feel the pressure, you need to do it, and you're like, I need to do the social media, I need to do the things, I need to do all the things people are telling me. That's the drama we're releasing right
Yeah.
now,
Mhm.
is the pressure. That pressure that is the drama. So surrender the drama, but surrender the pressure, because we pressure ourselves because we want to do something and we think we don't know how to do it, and so we see how everybody else is successful, and so we want to follow them and do the thing, but yet their lives are so vastly different. I look at the way the people online and their success and I'm like, friend, they have 8 hours in a day to work on this. You have two.
Yeah.
And then on the weekends you have time, but then you never get a chance to like decompress and rest. um
Not
and
only that, but like I remember a business coach once telling me like that thing that sucks so much. Like, you have the same 8 hours in the day. I was like, um, do you have a partner who
yeah,
takes care of your children? Because automatically our 8 hours are not even close to the same.
right,
Shut
right.
up.
I I work 10 hours a day for 4 days a week. Like, I don't necessarily have
Yeah.
the mental and the energetic bandwidth
Yeah.
afterwards to go switch my brain from logical spreadsheets, numbers, to creative and flow and
Yeah.
intuition. It's like this massive leap, like between left and right brain. And I'm just like, what is happening?
Right, which is exhausting in and of itself
And
to try to force that.
And even when I schedule sessions during the week for people, they have to be a minimum of 2 hours after I'm done work, because I
Mm.
need that amount of time
Mhm.
to switch my brain over. But if I had to do that to do social media or anything else, I wouldn't, like, I couldn't do it because it'd be bedtime by the time I was ready to do it. And,
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
know, and
Mhm.
also, like, I don't want to live like that,
Yeah.
right? I,
Mhm.
I have spent my entire life, I kid you not, friends, every single week working a minimum of 10 to 20 hours of overtime, if not having another job. I was just thinking about back in 2000 when I was in my 20s, having 3 different jobs. I never had a day off and I was fine with it. I was okay with it. But now I'm like, girl, that was just you, that was baby you walking, learning how to burn out, like, because I
Yeah.
just carried that forward and throughout my life. And now I'm here and I want to help people and share my gifts with them and support them and help them heal. But that feels like burnout to my situation, to my nervous system. It feels like, oh, you're just trading one burnout for the next, and it doesn't feel good. And then I get into that same moment. And so this weekend, thank God for an ice storm, forcing me not to do that stuff, but forcing me to prepare and, make sure I have water and laundry and whatever, to make me feel how much better it is to be able to spend my time that I'm supposed to be not working
Mhm.
by taking care of my home, taking care of myself, tending to the foundation that I live in, because I can't build from a space that doesn't feel inspiring. And
Yeah.
so all of that has made me realize that, oh man, this feels so much better, right?
Yeah.
And I just I have worked so much for so long that I forgot how much I really love to kind of putter in my home. And just, I mean, dude, I the things I've created by being in this state have been like, I did that? I'm like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Yes.
I kind of want to say welcome to the dark side, but I know it's the light side, but that's what it feels like where you're just like, "Oh no.
And
I
I
can't not do this anymore. Like this is now life.
yeah,
This
and
is
my
now
heart
has to be life, non-negotiable."
and my energy and my being feels lighter. I feel more connected to myself. I
Mm,
feel more connected to what my needs are. And I kind of let the muse let me, I just follow the muse. And it's been so freeing. And I'm not willing to kind of go back into the burnout because I think that's the clarity, right? I think it's the clarity of Neptune bringing me is that you don't want to do more. You want to do what you love to do, but in a way that's sustainable, but in a way that doesn't take away from you tending to your home and tending to your heart, tending to your physical being. I don't have time because I feel like the work trumps all of that because I need to make sure that I'm financially solvent. And that's reality, but like it's that I've just had this massive, just this past week especially, this understanding of how I don't want to be in business. I don't want to be in a spiritual business.
yeah.
Doesn't mean I'm not going to do my spiritual work and teach my classes, but I don't want to be in the framework that people have created around how to be in that business. I don't want to do it. I just don't.
It's a beautiful thing, right? But sometimes, or not sometimes, a lot of times our awareness comes from touching it.
Yeah.
You have to touch it. Does the stove feel hot or does it feel cold? I don't know. I'm going to touch it. And then I'm going to decide if I like it or not. And that's it. Like that's sometimes the only way that we find our awareness. But that's also part of the awareness process of being like, I'm allowed to touch it and then walk away if
Yeah.
it doesn't feel right. And that's really difficult for people to do because they feel all the pressure. I know I went through it a million times when I sat down and really thought about all the businesses I started and how the first couple times the failure felt like, oh my God, people are not going to take you seriously because you just keep trying stuff. And then at some point, I was like, I don't really care what other people think because it's my life. They're not the ones paying my bills. I am, and I want to be happy. So I guess everybody's just gonna have to watch me figure it out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I did, but like that, I had to. I mean, when you talk about surrender the drama, like multiple different ways that I'm receiving that today, because it does go with the awareness part of it.
Yeah.
Like, I have to be aware of what drama is. I have to be aware of what drama I'm creating within my own brain and heart and soul that contributes to lack of awareness or over awareness or false awareness, right? Our trauma stories often feel like awareness. And we're like, oh no, I have to like fact check. Is this me having some drama? Which is okay. I'm not judging myself on drama, but like there is a difference between drama and something that's uncomfortable, and being able to sit with that and saying, you don't have to create a story right now. You just need to pay attention. And
Yeah.
that would be your awareness at this moment is like real, like pay actual attention. Don't just make meaning and try to decode everything and all of that kind of stuff, because that is how you create drama.
Yeah.
That's that trusting of I can be aware and I can continue to be aware and I can watch and I can float and I can walk But I don't have to freak out, and I don't have to create narratives, and I don't have to do all of that. I can just sit with what it actually is.
Yeah.
So I heard that. And he said,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, yep. So all my drama stories that I had earlier today are now gone. Are not gone, but they're sitting down because they're like, okay, you're scared, and so you made up some drama stories. They are dramatic though, so we're gonna not do that. We're gonna sit with what's real and let that do what it's gonna do or not do, and it will be fine either way.
Yep. Well, it's even just making that statement that I did is like, okay, now I have to sit with how it sits in my body. I have to sit with the reaction from it and understand it and kind of give it its space, but not being like, okay, we don't have to burn it down. And because it doesn't feel comfortable or good to us, we can understand why and create new expansion and safety around that, because that's, it's what I teach, man. And I'm like, yeah, you get to do
Yeah.
that too. You don't have to be the one that doesn't model that. You do model it, but not, and like maybe take some of that into your business. And
Mhm.
maybe that's the thing, that's the thing that to help share with others that are doing it, that don't want to be in this game that is out there.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. I mean, that's what I do when I sit with my clients and that are I mean, I have a few that are starting businesses or and a couple that have been in business. And gosh, we do it that way all the time. Like, okay, if it doesn't feel good, slow down. You do not have to go 100 miles an hour. Don't do
yeah,
it because you're going to put yourself in a position where you're not going to enjoy this anymore. So
yeah,
don't. If it takes you a little bit longer, it's okay that it takes you a little bit longer because you are okay right now.
yeah.
So you don't have to create a situation where you're not okay, and it's like, "What?" Like, you know what I mean? They just look at me like, "Why are you giving me permission to slow down?" Like,
Yeah.
"I don't wanna watch you crash and burn, and I don't wanna be part of it."
It feels very foreign.
Right? And I have been through it multiple times, so I get it.
Yes. Our numerology card for today is the number 2. It is patience. This
Huh,
card indicates a time to stop and enjoy the present moment, as nothing more can be
perfect.
done to achieve the outcome you desire. Rather than take action, you're being asked to evaluate your progress and clarify your dreams, which will help you manifest them sooner. This card also indicates a need to take your time and pace yourself instead of making hasty plans and decisions. Failure to do so could result in stress and disappointment. This is an opportunity to focus all of your energy and attention on visualizing your dreams as opposed to pushing against the obstacle standing your way. Surrender the outcome to the universe and get on with living your life. Allow things to come to fruition in divine order and timing. Okay, that was definitely okay.
Yeah. I was like, "Yeah," and then I was like, "But what if it doesn't happen the way I want it to?" Like, "Oh my god. How many times, lady?
Yeah.
How many times?" And it's always fine. Chill.
How many times does the
Fine.
universe have to prove that to you for you to believe that that's
Same conversation I had with my therapist. Like, she was like, can you show me some evidence?" I'm like, first of all, I gave you that to give to me, so yay." Right? What's your evidence? Ooh, that word means a thing to me. But yeah, right? Like, gosh, how many times do you need to know that even the bad, quote unquote, bad outcome leads you
yeah,
to the one that's better because you just didn't know yet.
yeah.
Good Lord. Anyway, okay. Do we have a
Our
money
money
card?
card. Yeah,
Yeah.
our money card is she's like, moving on. I have permission to shine and be successful.
Mm,
Yes.
that
Amen.
felt so good.
It did. It did because we do, and we like the permission is always there. It's inherent because you exist. So, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful week. My mutables celebrate tomorrow. Invite in the dreams and the clarity and take action or wait. Whatever feels right to you. You only know that. We can't tell you what to do. So we love you and we will see you next week.
Okay, love ya. Thanks for listening.
We hope we gave you something to support your journey.
Check out our Facebook or Instagram page to connect with us.
Have a great week.